Alright, let's talk about Little Nightmares 3. Because this game, it's not just creepy. It's disturbing in a way that lingers. And now that I've finished it, I gotta walk you through everything. This is the full story of Little Nightmares 3, told from beginning to end. No fluff, just the raw journey of two kids trapped in a twisted dream world called the Spiral. You ready? Let's go. We start with Lo, a quiet boy in a raven mask. He wakes up from a dream about a shattered mirror, the kind of dream that feels more like a memory. In his hands, a small map, like it's guiding him. And he's not alone. Next to him is Alone, a tough girl in a green jumpsuit, carrying a wrench like she knows exactly what she's doing. They don't say much, but they stick together, and that bond, it becomes everything. The two find themselves in a dead, dry place called the Necropolis, an abandoned desert city filled with statues. But they're not just statues, they're people, frozen in place, turned to stone by something with a glowing eye. Something still out there. That something is Monster Baby, a massive doll that roams the city, using a blinding light from its eyes to freeze anything it sees. Yeah, doll sounds cute, but this thing is a nightmare. As Lo and Alone try to find a working mirror, their only way to escape, they face off against beetles, traps, and twisted buildings. At one point, they're caught. Monster Baby grabs them like toys and drops them straight into the rubble. Lo blacks out, and when he wakes up, he's not in the Necropolis anymore. He's in a padded room, alone. No mask, no cape, just drawings of strange places, and footsteps outside the door. He hides under the bed. But then, boom, he wakes again, buried under rubble, back in the Necropolis. Alone is right there, helping him up. No words, just understanding. It's nighttime now. The city looks worse, colder, but they keep moving. Eventually, the two climb a bell tower and ring it, drawing Monster Baby away long enough to reach a mirror. Lo puts his hand on the glass. Alone grabs his. And just like that, they vanish into the next nightmare. Lo and Alone make it out of the Necropolis. Barely. And the next place the mirror throws them is a damn candy factory. But hold on, this ain't no Willy Wonka. This place is dark, gutted walls, rusty pipes, and sweets that look like they were made in hell. And then there's the people. Well, if you can still call them that. We're talking bloated, drooping workers, the herd, strapped onto pulley systems, dragged like meat from one nightmare to another. It's less a workplace and more a meat conveyor belt for lost souls. But the real problem here? She's watching. They call her the Supervisor. 6 arms, stitched smile, and eyes everywhere. Not literally, but she's on every security camera in the building. Watching, judging, waiting. She's the factory's spider queen, and her webs are made of wire and fear. Lo and Alone are just two kids trying not to get caught, and this section becomes all about stealth, ducking under desks, sneaking through vents, and trying not to step too loud. But it gets worse. Lo finds a power cell, and this is where we meet the bugs. I'm talking flesh-eating, light-hating, nightmare bugs that swarm the shadows. They flood out of walls, floors, everywhere. And your only chance of surviving? Keep the lights on. Literally. It's intense, it's fast, it's claustrophobic. And just when you think it can't escalate any further, the Supervisor snaps. She sees them on the cameras, and something inside her just breaks. She ditches her lower body. Yeah, like rips it off, and becomes this full-blown spider-human hybrid, crawling through vents and walls, hunting Lo and Alone like prey. The chase is madness. You're running through tight corridors, dodging limbs, dodging her voice echoing through the speakers, until finally, in one last act of teamwork, Lo and Alone lure her under a hydraulic press. Just like that, the nightmare stops. But it doesn't feel like a win, more like a pause, because the moment they step through the next mirror, Alone collapses, and the glass shatters. Now there's no way back, and that's when you start to feel it. Like this spiral they're in is getting tighter, the places are getting worse, and whatever's waiting at the center, it's not going to be kind. So, After barely surviving the candy factory and leaving a crushed spider woman behind, you'd think Lo and Alone would get a break, right? Nah. The mirror spits them out into Carnival. And no, this isn't some festive escape. Imagine a twisted amusement park built on rotting wood, floating in the sky like a giant airship. The herd are here too, partying, smashing things, but everything feels off, like everyone's smiling, but no one's alive. And then, the puppets show up. Not the cute kind. These ones move like they've been stitched together by regret. Their heads look like stretched skin and stitched fabric, and they attack on sight. Now remember, Lo's got his bow, Alone's got her wrench, and this is where their combat rhythm really starts to shine. Lo snipes the puppets' heads, Alone crushes their bodies. It's a dance of survival, brutal, but beautiful. Still, it's not just puppets lurking here. Soon they stumble into the domain of the kin, a monstrous puppeteer who doesn't just control his dolls, he creates them. And beside him is his grotesque little sidekick, Junior, a half-puppet, half-nightmare that feeds on the dead. The kin forces kids to perform circus tricks, freak shows. It's horror dressed up as entertainment. But the part that hits hardest? Lo finds a mirror, finally a way out, but it's cracked. He stares at it, frustrated, hopeless. He throws his map. For a moment, it feels like it's all over. But then, Alone, still believing, still fighting, picks the map back up. She doesn't say much, but that little action, it's everything. They push forward. Eventually, they're chased again, this time full-on circus horror mode. The kin wakes up, Junior and lunges, and the whole place becomes a maze of terror. But the kids don't fold. In a final escape attempt, they find a hot air balloon, set the burner, and lift off just in time. But of course, nothing lasts. Lightning. The balloon is struck mid-air, they crash. And that's when the world shifts again. Because now, we're heading straight into Lo's past. We're about to find out why this boy wears a raven mask, and what the Institute really is. Before we go deeper, if you've been holding your breath since Necropolis, if you felt that drop from the sky, that moment where the mirror shattered and hope cracked with it, then yeah, you're one of us. This isn't just a story, it's a feeling. So if you're vibing with this breakdown, tap that like button and drop a comment. What's hitting the hardest so far? Lo's backstory? Monster Baby? The puppets? And hey, if you're new here and you want more cinematic game breakdowns like this, subscribe. I break these stories down the way they deserve to be told. Alright, deep breath, we're not done yet. After crashing out of the skies, Lo wakes up again. But it's not the dream this time, it's a memory. He's back in that cold clinical room. No mask, no cape, just a scared kid. A padded room, a locked door, and someone pacing outside. On his bed, crumpled sketches of the places we've already been. The Necropolis, the candy factory, the Carnival. This isn't just where he sleeps, this is where the nightmares began. But then the room fades, and he's back in the real nightmare, with Alone by his side, standing on the shore of something wrong. This place is called the Institute. It's not just creepy, it's personal. This building mirrors the room Lo just woke up in, and it's crawling with bandaged nurses, twisting killer plants, and, worst of all, a towering man with serpent-like arms and a hypnotic presence known only as the Doctor. Now, if you've listened to the Sounds of Nightmares podcast, you'll already know the Institute was run by Otto, a man who meant to help children but got obsessed with connecting to the nowhere. He started drugging kids, pushing them into forced dreams, just to reach something he couldn't explain. And now, Otto's here, twisted, transformed, hunting. But Lo's not just running anymore. He finds something. A doll that looks just like Alone. This doll, it's got power. It's like a key to memory. When Lo carries it, the crumbling world around him heals. Doors open. Broken glass repairs. The past rewinds, but only in a tiny bubble. It's not a weapon, it's a reminder. As they go deeper, the doctor, Otto, starts getting more aggressive. His massive hands block paths, his snake arms coil through vents. The nurses patrol like bloodhounds. To fight back, Alone rings massive gongs. Their echo shakes the world and stuns Otto. It's not just clever puzzle design, it's symbolic. Her voice, her sound, disrupting the trauma. And then, they find it. The mirror, the one from Lowe's dream. But Alone hesitates. And that one hesitation is all Otto needs. He crashes the party, destroys the room, and now it's a boss fight. Gongs, arrows, falling rubble. And finally, Otto's hands are crushed. His monstrous face is revealed. Lowe and Alone take him down together. But as they fall into the depths with him, holding each other, we're left asking, is this really the end? Spoiler, it's not. Lowe wakes up again. Same room, same padded cell. But something's different. This time, he's not alone. That doll, the one that looked like Alone, now she's sitting there. Not a toy, not a memory, just her, as real as ever. No words are spoken. They just sit together and draw. And then, we're thrown back into the nowhere. Somehow, they survive the fall. Dusty, bruised, but alive. They stumble through the wreckage of the Institute, together, one last time. And just ahead, the mirror, still intact. This is it. Lowe presses his hand against the glass. He turns to Alone, offers his hand. But she pulls away. She doesn't want to go. Maybe she can't. Lowe insists, takes her hand, pulls her with him. The portal opens. But seconds later, Alone is ejected. The mirror shatters behind her, sealing Lowe on the other side. She looks around, confused, scared, alone. Then it happens. She begins to fade. Her green jumpsuit, her hat, fall to the ground. And just like that, she's gone. The post-credits scene shows us something quiet, but heavy. Lowe is back, somewhere that looks like home, or what's left of it. Not a dream, not a padded cell, just real. He's piecing together a broken mirror, one shard at a time. Why? Because he wants her back. And here's where it hits. Alone was never real in the waking world. She was a doll, a figment, a creation born out of Lowe's trauma and loneliness. But in the nowhere, a world shaped by emotion, memory, and pain, she became real as he was. So when he escaped, she couldn't come with him, because she wasn't from that world. But Lowe isn't letting go. That broken mirror, it's hope. Not to escape, but to return. To bring her back. Little Nightmares 3 didn't just give us monsters. It gave us memory, grief, a boy's desperate attempt to hold on to something real in a world that keeps falling apart. Lowe's story isn't just creepy, it's personal. And that's what makes it hit. So now, I want to hear from you. Did you catch that moment where Alone started fading before she even knew what was happening? Or when the doctor's hand opened like an eye, just like the chalk drawings in the desert? Drop your favorite theory or moment in the comments. And if you want more cinematic breakdowns like this, no fluff, just storytelling that feels, hit that like button and subscribe. We're just getting started. Stay curious, stay awake, and remember, in the nowhere, everything means something.